Welcome to the University of Mindanao Learning and Information Center. The university maintains Learning and Information Center both at the Balton and Matina campuses to cater the information needs of its stakeholders. The center is serving the College of Business Administration Education and the College of Legal Education located in Balton campus, while the College of Accounting Education, Architecture and Fine Arts Education, Arts and Sciences Education, Computing Education, Criminal Justice Education, Engineering Education, Health Sciences Education, Teacher Education, Hospitality Education, and the Professional School programs are in Matina campus. The LIC is guided with a vision, mission, and objectives to support the university's VMG. It envisions as a premier center in the provision of instructional materials, research collections, outreach efforts, and information services using the best technology available. As a hub of intellectual inquiry provides resources and venue for creative dialogue, research, interdisciplinary pursuits, and cultural activities that support scholarly endeavors of leaders in the society. The objectives are to acquire and organize library materials, equipment, and facilities to support teaching and research in the involving subject areas of the curriculum. Enhance the information literacy of the library patron to ensure greater access and utilization of the resources. Conduct research activities that generate findings for continuous reinvention of service excellence and respond creatively to the changing expectations and needs of the academe. Engage in staff development activities that will enable library staff to continuously improve services in an ever-changing information environment. Collaborate with libraries and other educational institutions outside of UM to strengthen resources and services available to students, faculty, and staff. Develop library programs that uplift literacy and build learners' reading culture in the community. Organize literatures on Mindanao and the institution's publications, memorabilia, artifacts, and etc. for the preservation and conservation of cultural heritage reading materials. In order to maintain orderliness and conducive learning environment, the following rules are strictly implemented. All users entering the LIC must wear their validated ID and swipe their IDs for attendance using the entrance monitoring system. Keep the LIC neat and clean. Observe silence at all times. Foods and drinks, with the exception of bottled water, may not be consumed in the LIC. Indecent behavior and sleeping in the LIC are strictly prohibited. Proper decorum should be observed while inside the LIC premises. Cellular phones should be in low tune. Moving library furniture from its designated place is strictly prohibited. Plate making, scrapbook making, charging of laptop, cell phones other than designated area, littering, watching movies and games are strictly prohibited. Upon exit, users are required to show any borrowed LIC materials for checking if these are properly charged out. The LIC has the following resources to support the information needs of users. Books such as circulation, Filipiniana, general reference, and fiction books. Periodicals such as journals, magazines, newspapers. Vertical files such as clippings, leaflets, brochures. Electronic resources and other multimedia materials. Online databases such as e-books, e-library, Wiley Online Library, e-journals, e-reference, manuscripts, special collections. The LIC adopts the Dewey Decimal Classification System of organizing its collections. The system groups the subjects and summarizes in the 10 main classes. For easy retrieval of information resources, the The LIC has the web APACs, which are stationed in each sections of the library and can also be accessed remotely through the LIC's portal www.umindanao.edu.ph/library. To maximize the use of information resources, books can be checked out for home use. The following are the policies and guidelines for checking in or out and renewal of books. Borrower's card is the official card used for circulation transactions and can be applied at a circulation counter. Submit 2 copies of 1x1 recent ID picture with white background and completely filled out application form. Present validated student ID and matriculation form or Form 1 for verification purposes only. A student may borrow 2 books at a time for a period of 2 days and can be renewed for another 2 days. Issuance of books for home use starts at 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. only. Reserved books may be borrowed for overnight only. The issuance of books for overnight use starts from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Checked out books must be returned the following day not later than 10 in the morning. Periodicals, Filipiniana and general reference materials are for room use only, but these can be checked out for 1 hour only for photocopying purposes. Manuscripts, like thesis, essays, and etc., are strictly for room use only, and photocopying is prohibited. An item can be renewed if it is not overdue, it is not needed by another patron, it has not reached the maximum allowable renewals, and you do not have unreturned or overdue books or unsettled accounts from the LIC. Checked out library materials must be returned to the circulation desk for proper recording. Fines and charges. All library fines and charges are payable at the cashier's office, and the receipt of payment must be presented to the circulation librarian. Overdue materials are charged with overdue fines. For circulation books, 10 pesos per book per day, while for reserved books, 10 pesos per book per hour. Sundays and holidays are excluded in the computation of overdue fines. Payment for lost borrower's card is 5 pesos as replacement fee. Lost materials will be replaced with the same title and the latest copyright, or pay the current cost of the book plus a 200 pesos per book for the processing fee. The library services offered are the following: research and reference assistance. This service provides assistance, guidance, and instruction to users in accessing and retrieving information, as well as help users prepare a bibliography of all forms of information resources. Circulation services, responsible for checking out or borrowing, checking in or returning, renewal, recall, and overdue fines computation of library materials through the circulation desk. Current Awareness Services provides updates to new acquisitions and events of the LIC through bulletin board display. ICT Services provides facility to access the internet, subscribed online databases, OPAC, Wi-Fi, entrance monitoring system, and the use of tablets. Information Literacy Program provides general library instruction, bibliography making, and online database instruction. Instructional Media Services provides a venue and equipment for instructional activities. Interlibrary and Referral Services provide referral letters for students planning to use the library facilities of other institutions. Request for certification from the head librarian. Reference Services provides reference books such as encyclopedias, dictionaries, almanacs, directories, gazetteers, handbooks, and manuals. Also assist students' queries. Technical services. Library operations concerned with the acquisition, organization, and maintenance of the library collection. Policies and guidelines on the use of library facilities. Advanced booking is necessary to use the AVR. Service request or reservation slip on the use of the LIC AVR or multimedia and preview rooms must be submitted 3 days before the date of use. Borrowers of AV or multimedia materials like VHS, VCD, DVD, CD-ROMs, and etc. and other media equipment should take full responsibility for any damage or loss arising directly or indirectly from the use of such materials. These are for LIC and classroom use within the campus only. Users are not permitted to use the computers and multimedia equipment for unauthorized purposes or non-academic related activities. Any attempt to mutilate, damage, or steal will result in disciplinary action. Students may use audiovisual room only with recommendation from or accompanied by faculty and LIC staff. Notice of cancellation or rescheduling shall be given immediately to the multimedia librarian. The Internet shall be used only for research and acquisition of information to address their educational, vocational, and cultural needs. Users are allowed to surf or browse for 1 hour per day only so as to accommodate other users. Users are not allowed to install or uninstall any programs in the computer. Misuse of LIC computers shall result to the loss of privileges. Discussion rooms or DR are provided for the group of 3 to 10 students who may study and discuss their project, research paper, problem solving, feasibility studies, and other related topics. Reservation forms shall be filled out 2 hours before use and should be approved by the LIC head. Use of discussion rooms is an hourly basis only. Cleanliness and orderliness shall be observed. Refrain from loud or disruptive behavior when using these rooms. The LIC is installed with CCTV cameras. All users are required to deposit their bags, backpacks, attaché cases, folders, binders, envelopes at the depository counter, except for the valuables such as money, jewelries, cell phone, laptop, iPad, calculators, and other gadgets. Personal belongings or valuables are sole responsibility of the owner. The LIC will not be held liable for loss and or the safety of any personal property left within the center. Unclaimed and lost property found are to be handed over to the supervisor of the reader's services. Deposit claim card or DCC should not be brought out of the LIC premises. A fine of 100 pesos will be charged for a lost card. Readers leaving the library are required to present their things for inspection to the security guard on duty. Behavior or actions which interfere with the use of the center by other patrons are forbidden and will be reported to the security office, and disciplinary action may be taken. In the event of an emergency requiring closure of the center, users must leave immediately upon being asked to do so by the librarian in charge. There are designated emergency exits which users can use to exit the library. Users should familiarize themselves with the emergency escape routes. Should you need assistance, please feel free to consult the LIC staff. They are your partners in your quest for a lifelong